Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson-Silik and I'm here on Grand Lake this week for the 1,000-hole Real Fun Ice Fishing Tournament. It's a gorgeous day out here, plenty of ice, and we're hoping for some great fishing. You won't want to miss that story. And Jimmy and Jordan have been working on some other fun for us this week too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. After we take a look at your ice fishing tournament in the northern part of the Lower Peninsula, we're going to head down to the southern part of the Lower and do another ice fishing tournament that was all about raising money and awareness around the cause of fighting autism. A really cool story there. We're also going to have time for a bragging board on this week's show, so lots of good stuff. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988, offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at rbmjigs.com. By AnglerQuest Pontoons. AnglerQuest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information, anglerquestpontoons.com. By Polar Craft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polar Craft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com.
Well, hey everybody, we are on the road, headed north. I've got my personal driver, my husband Matt, is at the wheel, and we are headed up north of Alpena to Presque Isle area, Grand Lake. We're actually going to take part in the 1,000-hole ice fishing tournament that's happening there tomorrow. So today there's a bunch of folks out there that are putting on the event. They're out there drilling 1,000 holes in the ice. It's a fundraising event, $30 per hole, and Matt actually bought a couple of holes, so he's going to be out there fishing. I'm going to be running the camera. Last time, it was a few years ago, Matt and I went, and it was miserable. You're not allowed to have a shanty or electronics or any sort of windbreak out there. They want to be able to see all the anglers. So it was blowing, I don't even know, it seemed like 30 miles an hour. It was bitter cold. You couldn't see more than 5 feet in front of you with all the snow. But we're headed up Friday night. We're going to be sharing a cabin with some of the folks from Frank's Great Outdoors. We'll be hanging out with Andy Gorski and his wife Kate and a couple of their good fishing buddies. We're going to share a cabin at the Fireside Inn up there in Presque Isle. So we're looking forward to it. It's always a fun time hanging out with them. And then we'll all hit the ice in the morning and check out that action out there. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be 38 degrees and calm. So we're really looking forward to it. We settled into the cabin with lots of tasty food and lots of reminiscing about past years of the iconic Real Fun Ice Fishing Tournament. In the morning, we made our way to the DNR boat ramp at the south end of Grand Lake, where hundreds of ice anglers were gearing up for a fun day of fishing. The journey begins by standing in line.
Get your stuff checked. They check your cooler, thermoses, all that stuff, and then they let you in, check you out. You race to your favorite hole, whatever hole you think's going to catch you the fish, and then it's the waiting game. Wait for the horn.
What do you think? Have you done this before?
Yeah, this is my third year doing it.
Nice. Did you do any good yet?
I I mean, not really, but
But you're still coming back out.
Yeah.
You're hoping for the big prize,
oh
right?
yeah.
Are you one of the inspectors?
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm a crowd controller. We want everybody to get a fair shot. The guys that got here at 3:30 in the morning that stood in line,
Oh.
we let them get, and we inspect very slowly,
Okay.
so everybody get their favorite spot.
Through what can't they bring?
They can't bring glass. They can't bring bait over 4 inches long.
That's it?
Pretty simple. Yeah.
No electronics?
No electronics. No shanties or windbreaks.
We got out on the ice after 9 a.m., so everyone who made it through the inspection line at this time was free to venture out and stake their claim to one of the 1,000 holes. The holes are drilled in a grid pattern, and the ones in the far corners of the grid seem to be the most popular. So they can go pick their holes right now, but they can't fish them yet. Right?
Not till 12. Yep, they can pick their spot, chisel it out if it's a little froze from overnight, and then fish on at 12.
Seriously, tell me how long people have been waiting in line.
There was a group here at 3:30 in the morning,
Waiting to get their spot?
right, to get their spot, so they can be first to release to go out and find their spot. Yeah.
All right. That's crazy.
I
And so
know.
they'll be out here, now they're just going to sit for a few hours.
Right. We let them on the ice at 9 o'clock, and at noon we'll fire a flare, and we'll fish till 3, and we'll fire another flare.
So the fishing itself lasts 3 hours today, but there's plenty to do before the tournament begins. Prizes were on display and vendors were on hand for those who wanted to do a little shopping. Morning, Andy.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Good. Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
Just setting up a little stuff, sell some Frank's merch, enjoy the day. Beautiful day out here, light and variable wind, sun's out, fishing should be good.
Many of the prizes here are awarded not based on the size of the fish, but instead on how many fish were entered before yours.
You get first fish wins a gift certificate and a T-shirt. First 50 fish that are weighed, they all get T-shirts. The 100th fish gets weighed in, gets a 42-inch color TV, and so there's prizes all the way along.
So it doesn't matter, you could
How-
have a 4-inch perch and you could win a television?
Right. I think the average one year the perch was they weigh it, yeah, and it was 0.18. So, you know, everybody's lighting up on their gear. I've seen a few walleyes win it, a few legal walleyes, but no one's caught a northern yet, and then we're waiting for that one.
Okay. The Real Fun Ice Fishing Tournament attracts men and women, young and old, from near and far. The general consensus is it's just a lot of fun being out here.
Yes, this is our 6th year.
Okay, cool. You're from the area?
Yeah, we're from Rogers City.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And what do you think of it?
We enjoy it. Our husbands wanted to stay home and go fish for the freezer, and we said we're going to do this tournament no matter what.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
As the start time neared, people were using all sorts of techniques to find the right spot to fish, including my husband. What's your strategy, Matt?
Looking for fish. It's my Polish fish finder. Works every time.
What do you see?
No, we got a little bit of sand and a little bit of cabbage weed down here. Real fine reeds on the bottom, so. Hey, and a crayfish.
Really?
And a crayfish is walking by right now.
Let me see if I can look.
Huh?
With all the participants poised at their fishing holes, the fireworks were lit at high noon to officially begin the 12th annual Real Fun Ice Fishing Tournament. It was an interesting sight to see, as many anglers have adopted the unusual technique of laying flat on the ice and sight fishing. With the tournament rules prohibiting any electronics, anglers were pulling out all the stops to find the biggest fish today. You see anything?
I had a little guy, but he was so tiny that my minnow scared him.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a minute, this is a monster out here, eh?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Will you get him unhooked? Hold
You
him
want
up for
a
me.
T-shirt?
All right. Nice.
Oh yeah. They're loaded with them.
Some people were practicing catch and release, but most were choosing to weigh in their fish, no matter the size. All fish were required to be kept alive and would be released after being weighed.
Oh yeah, you little guy.
Bruiser.
095.
Some anglers were interested in the camaraderie more than the fishing. What's happening over here, ladies?
You made it up.
Yeah. Anyone catching fish?
No.
All right. Well, you got the snacks. That's always an important part of fishing, right? Okay. So what's the key here?
Yeah, just pure luck.
That sounds
That's what I've come up with at this point.
As I made my way around the ice, it was obvious that one group of anglers placed a little more importance on how things looked above the ice. We had disco balls and flamingos out here. What's your name?
Penny.
Penny?
Yes.
Have you been fishing in this tournament before?
No, this is my first time.
And what made you come up with all the flair?
I had it in the basement.
This is awesome. So tell me what we've got going on here.
Well, we're having a little flamingo fishing fun. Real fishing fun.
Yes, that's right. You're a Packers fan?
I am.
Are you a Yooper?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you local?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What made you want to come out and try it?
My kids.
Okay.
They're all here from Traverse City and from Livonia.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So any luck yet with the fish?
No. But it's a beautiful day.
The beach theme was pretty popular out here today, and folks came from all over the state to enjoy the weather.
Live in Lansing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Great. You live in Lansing and you come up for this?
Just for this and my Uncle Paul.
Nice. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
It seemed like anglers here were either from the area or knew someone who was, or they're fans of the show.
We found out it on Michigan Out of Doors. They aired it 2 years ago, and we came up last year for the first year, and now we're up for our second year in a row.
From near or far, everyone was here for a good cause.
I was just saying that this tournament is really good for the community, and the ultimate goal is really good. The River Center, it's an educational center for the watershed. So it's wonderful to have all these people out here supporting that.
Year 12. We started the first year, we did 500 holes and we were successful, and now we're up to 1,000 holes. So
you expect every hole to be sold?
It's going to be tight. There was 100 tickets or so left this morning, but I think I heard a few people buying tickets at the gate.
So what are we raising money for? It's a fundraiser, right?
Right. It's for the River Center, which is going to be an educational center located on the Thunder Bay River and its watershed.
Okay.
And it's going to be, they're going to have 10,000-gallon fish tanks with all the native species of fish in the 81 native species of fish in our watershed. So
it's an educational center.
Right.
In the first 11 years of this event, it's raised around $400,000 to help with the River Center. Everyone who pitches in to help out with this event definitely puts in a lot of hard work to make it happen.
It's approximately 10 acres. We keep a center 60-foot width so we can have our vendors in our tent. And
why do you do it at this part of the lake?
Well, because it's easy access. And if the ice isn't that thick, normally they're driving on the ice, and this year you see there's no vehicles really driving on. There's about 14 inches of ice. So.
How deep do you think it is where we're fishing?
Some places will be as shallow as 5 feet, and some will be as deep as 7.
Okay. Pretty uniform?
No, there's rocky bottom, sand, weeds. So you'll see a lot of people jump down and look in the hole because the water's pretty clear, and they'll try to pick out whether they want to fish rocks or weeds. Yeah, it's kind of fun.
I see.
No shelter is allowed. You're only allowed to fish as many holes as you've purchased. You're allowed to purchase 3 holes. And we have people walk around and inspect and make sure that there's nobody overfishing the holes. And we police ourselves. We've been really good at that. Our inspection is pretty tight, as you've seen up there.
Yeah. So why don't you want shanties and electronics?
Well, so we can see. So no one's, it's one of the, we try to be very honest so we can see you. One year we were at 30 below zero and we did sell a lot of tickets. You were here that year, I think, yes. So that was very cold, but there were some tough people fishing and we could still caught a lot of fish. So they do catch a lot of fish, but they're not very big.
That's the way it's always been here at the Real Fun Ice Fishing Tournament on Grand Lake. Giant crowd, small fish. But those small fish don't seem to deter anyone's positive attitude out here. They come for the awesome prizes, the chance to spend the day with old and new friends, and an opportunity to help raise money for a great program in the community here. At 3 p.m., another flare went up to signify the end of the competition. Anglers made their way back to the tent to hear who won the grand prize this year, the choice of an ATV or $5,000. The winner was Nathan Scholes with his perch that weighed in at .425 pounds. Congrats to Nathan and all who took part in making this year's event another successful one. It's days like these that keep us coming back out to Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, from one ice fishing tournament to another, for our next segment on this week's show, I was down in southern Michigan near the town of Howell, covering an event designed to help those affected by autism spend more time in the outdoors.
This is going to be our first year with Autism Anglers. We started this event, started putting it together about October 2019. Autism Anglers were based in Florida. Don Morris is the president and founder of the company. We're a nonprofit organization trying to get the autistic kids and adults out there. We're going to weigh in your 10 best panfish. At that, it's going to go by weight. We also have a prize for the largest fish, which is going to be any species, and another prize for the smallest fish, which will be any species. We're going to have 3 divisions. It'll be the men's division, women's division, and kids, which is anybody from 15 and under. So they'll all have first, second, and third place prizes, and then also first place in men's and women's division will also have a cash prize.
After talking to Robert for a while, I decided to head out on the ice to get the fishing report and also to check in with a few anglers to see what drew them to this event.
Came down here today to take and support one of my pro staff team members, Robert Irwin. He is the host of the tournament. Robert came to me with the idea that he was going to host this tournament to spread awareness for autism. I wanted to come down here to see his work and see the people that have either know somebody that has autism, family members. Just it blows me away how many people are affected by autism.
Well, Robert, we've been talking to for about a year now almost, and he's on our kind of fish the same plastics and stuff like that. We got a little bit of a team, and wanted to come over today, support a really good cause with the Autism Anglers, and he's put a lot of work into this event over the past couple months, and kind of wanted to be here to support him. And I've never fished this lake, and I've heard really good things about it. So coming over from the west side, we haven't had the greatest ice season yet, so there's a chance to just kind of get out and enjoy the day. And it's been a lot of fun so far. I really enjoyed it. Met a lot of nice people.
On a perch. I came to Autism Anglers because to the tournament here. I know the guy that started Autism Anglers, Don Morse. He's been real good to me in my business, and I just wanted to help him with his nonprofit that he's got going. Real good cause.
Well, how's the fishing been out here so far?
It started off real good, then got a little slow, and just finally starting to find some more again.
As the day went on, the wind picked up and the temperature continued to drop, making for pretty tough fishing conditions if you weren't in a shanty. As people slowly trickled off the ice, I went back to the weigh-in to check in with Robert and see how things were going.
This weather today has been cold. It's been windy. Started getting windier this afternoon. I've got mixed reports. So far right now, we've got the largest fish is up over 30 inches. I haven't seen it yet, but it's coming in. Other guys are getting some really good panfish. A lot of big bluegills. I've seen some big crappie come up already. There's some that are not doing so good, and then there's other guys that are absolutely putting fish on the ice for sure. Hopefully we'll start weighing here in just a little bit and see what happens. There's so many people that I know with kids in the autistic. Actually, we're supposed to be out today, but being with the cold weather and the wind, it's kind of hard to get them out on the ice. We're hoping for that 30, 32 degree day today with no wind. Would have helped us out quite a bit. But You know, there's a lot of people out today with kids with special needs that have been here and had already fished a little bit, came and actually donated to the cause, but couldn't sit out on the ice, you know, if they didn't have a shanty. But it's highly recommended. It's great therapy just to get them out and get them relaxed and get them into the outdoors.
My name's Nick. I'm from Whitmore Lake, Michigan, and I chose to check out this tournament because it goes to a great cause, and it's a local area, so you know I'm somewhat familiar with the lake, and we saw a lot of action today. Probably caught somewhere around 40 to 50 fish total. Tried to just keep the ones that you know we could go home and eat.
And you've got a serious contender in there for smallest fish.
Yeah, I'm hoping to bring that prize home today. It's my first ice fishing tournament ever, and I'm 29 years old, so it's a long time coming, and I've been fishing my whole life, you know, with my parents and so on and so forth.
Autism affects thousands of people here in Michigan, and the more we can do as sportsmen to spread awareness about it, the better. Special thanks to Robert and everyone else on the ice today for doing their part to raise money and awareness for autism.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you join us in upcoming weeks. We've got a lot of great things in store for you coming up as we transition from winter into spring. We're working on our big buck night shows. We'll be doing a little bit more open water fishing, some ice fishing, some small game hunting, all sorts of fun headed your way. If you're wondering where we are and where we're headed next, you can always check us out online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online is always a good way to kind of keep tabs on us. You can check out our website. We're on most of the social media sites as well. And if you're ever on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel there and get an email every time we post something new. Lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
Michigan's hunters and anglers are essential partners to the health of the state's wildlife and habitats. The Michigan Wildlife Council is dedicated to ensuring our hunting and fishing heritage and Michigan's natural resources are preserved for future generations. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including Outdoorama February 27th through March 1st at Novi's Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features tackle, trips, boats, outfitters, the trout pond, and of course, Big Buck Night. That's Outdoorama in Novi February 27th through March 1st.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man.